But I remember like being like in high school at dinner with my family, and I like got a second beer. My grandfather was like, he had 2 beers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I get way more fucked up than this, Pops.
I know. I'm taking it easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like, you know, to them, they're like, what the hell are you doing? But also when you're young, you're like, I'm going to bounce back. I'll be fine. You know? That's when you hit your like mid to late 40s. That's when you got to like be a little careful.
I know. Did I ever tell you about the time I blacked out in high school? My friends dropped me off at my house on the porch, then shot the whole house up with paintballs. My dad comes out in a robe. He's like, you fucking kids. And then he pulled me in, and I was with my high school girlfriend at the time. He spanks me in the hallway, and I start laughing. He's got me over his knee. He didn't know what to do because my dad's not really good with feelings and stuff. So he's like, God damn it, you're a drunk. And I was like, ah. And
then he starts eating your ass.
Well, that pissed him off more. So he just throws me upstairs, and he goes, you, stay down here. And he put my girlfriend in the living room, and he interrogated her. He's like, what's his problem? Why is he drinking so much? And she was shit-faced, too.
In a porno, his dad would just start fucking his girlfriend. Dad, stop!
Very elaborate porno with the paintball and everything.
It's like Gran Torino. He just returns fire.
Yeah.
Kills all your friends. He doesn't know they're paintballs.
That's true. Yeah, my dad was in the military, too, so he's not fucking around. But
he's covered in purple paint. They're all in fucking red. All dead.
He just got, you see the bandana tie? You know, he's got the artillery in a armoire. And he's like, I've been waiting for this. And he goes out there, you fucking kid. So I had to clean the paintball shit the next day, hungover, but they sent me to counseling.
What?
Yeah, so I had to go to counseling, and I was in there, and I remember being so mad at my dad because he spanked me and he yelled at me and all that. And I'm in counseling, and the lady's like, so why do you drink so much? Have you ever been beaten? And I remember thinking, well, I could fuck my dad right now. But I didn't do it. I was like, no, I just think I like drinking. It was fun. So yeah, I'm saying we got it all out in high school.
I remember my parents, we went to Miami one year for my dad would go there for work, and he like turned it into a family trip. And I went out at night and I got fucking wasted, and I somehow ended up with the fireman's badge. I don't know how I had it. I just found it somewhere, so I was just like using it. I was like, you know, as a kid, I was stupid. So I remember I smoked so much weed in high school, and this is when weed was like considered very bad.
Yeah.
And they found it.
Ooh.
And they gave me, as I'm high, they gave me an intervention.
What?
And my mom, as the kicker, takes out the badge.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, she's like, you're living a double life. I'm like, no, I just got drunk and I took a badge. So I had to mail the badge back to the fireman. Like, you think I was like, what do you think? I'm like rolling in. I'm like, this is under my jurisdiction now.
Yeah.
But my mom was so fucking mad at me. And
you show up to 9/11. I'm here, guys. I got this.
Yeah, it's not like a cop badge. It's not like I just show up to a fire.
Right.
But I was just a dumb kid.
Yeah,
but my
same.
mom was like, they were so mad. Look, I was always high. I was just always.
Oh, really?
high.
You were that kid.
I was that kid.
You're just like,
yeah.
life. I know that kid. My friend was like that. But those hijinks were wild looking back because we're lucky we were alive. I mean, the drunk driving we did and the fist fighting and all this shit. Like, one time we were at a bar. We had no money. We're at this shitty dive bar in New Orleans. This guy pays for a High Life, I remember, with a 50. And he like turns around for a second, and the bartender puts like $47.50 on the bar, and I just went, whew, and I took it, and I go, let's get out of here. We got out of there, and we just fucking partied the night away. We bought like 2 handles of vodka. You know, we just went to town, went to fucking Burger King, and went into a parking lot. We're chugging shit. I mean, it was horrible.
You're like John Cusack and Grifters.
Yes, exactly.
One time that's gonna go wrong though, you know.
Oh yeah, it went wrong a few times.
The handle of vodka, like pop off vodka, that was like the move, or like anything cheap that would get you fucked up. Because when you're a kid, you're like, you can kind of you can deal with a cheap alcohol hangover, but then you get older, you're like, I don't want to fucking feel.
No,
I don't want to feel a shitty cheap booze hangover.
But back then, you didn't even think of health. It was just like, how can we get the most fucked up for the cheapest?
Smoking blunts on the stoops and stuff, and you're just like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm like, but now it's like, it's so much better because as a kid, it's like peer pressure, and you're like, oh, I just got to do this. But now I'm like, I enjoy it. You know, it's like,
yeah, same. This is nice.
Yeah, this is like great. This is like, I feel loose and good, and I mean, it's our second one a day, so we're a little looser than normal, but.
Last story. One time we got fucked up. We were doing the aerosol in a grocery store, and my friend, who is pretty smart, he's like, now he lives in Seattle. He's like a lawyer. He's married with kids. He goes, I got a crazy idea. We went out to the parking lot. There was a yappy dog in a car with the window cracked, and he goes, how about this? We'll go back in. We'll get high again. We'll steal a bunch of laxative and dog treats. We'll put the laxative in the dog treat. This kid was pretty creative. And he goes, we'll slip it through that crack in the window. When the guy comes back out, his dog will have shit all over the car. And I was like, you're a fucking genius. So we got all the shit. We stole the whatever, and then we went outside and gave it to the dog. And the guy goes, hey, get the fuck away from my dog. So we had to run away. So we never got to enjoy the payoff. But
your friend watched too many cartoons. Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, just to have the idea to do that. I mean, did he get that from like something about Mary or something?
I don't know. I don't know where he got that.
Remember when they put the drugs in the food and they throw it in?
Oh, that's true. That's true. This was laxative, but yeah. Yeah, those were wild times. No phone, no camera. I mean, do you have like the meet in the park? We're all fighting, that whole shit? Did you guys ever do that stuff? That was terrifying.
Yeah. I remember I had one friend who was like, you ever have that one friend who's like untouchable?
Yes.
He's like the guy who's like fucking everyone's girlfriend. He's like the piece of shit, but you're like, hey, he's a survivor. You gotta love him. Until one day I remember a kid beat the shit out of him, like bad. And then he prepared to beat the shit out of him. He brought a bottle of piss with him. So after he beat the shit out of him, he dumped the piss on him.
Whoa!
And I'm like, I mean, that's kind of badass.
I guess, but you could just piss on him.
Yeah, it might give like nerves. When there's nothing less cool than beating the shit out of someone, whipping down, and be like, fuck, I can't go.
I had stage fright. I couldn't do it. So now your dick's just out.
But that kid, it's funny how people grow up, because that kid came to my show in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and he was like kind of like the hot badass kid, and now he's like kind of like shy, and it's like people grow up. I mean, everyone's like you become a different. He's still a sweet kid, but like, and he was actually always nice to me, but he got he was like a cry for help kid. He got arrested in front of my home because
in Chelsea.
No, this is Upper East Side.
Oh, okay.
So he takes out a butterfly knife in a taxi cab and he starts carving swastikas into it.
What the fuck? Is he Jewish?
Yeah. It was a cry for help. And
that was just what you carved then.
And then my mom goes out and has to see him get pulled away by the cops.
Oh no.
Damn.
And it's a hard time convincing your mom that kid's gonna sleep over ever again. My mom's like, the one who did the swastikas? I'm like, he's a Jew. It was a cry for help. He was a bad kid.
It's a cry for help.
But I saw him at a show, and he's like a shy, kind of like, timid. It's like people, everyone's got their problems, and he had like a family that was fucked up. Everyone's got their shit,
Yeah.
Like bringing a bottle of piss to a fight and then losing. You gotta walk home all bloody with a bottle of piss in your hand.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal.
You dump it on your own head. I deserve this.